The following is a presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team.
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official.
Mom.
Dad, son,
daughter, coach.
Are we in this together?
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Whoa. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to other games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. CRN Sports is on the air with live coverage of the Clayton Comets. It's time to get Comets all in for coverage of football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, and volleyball. We're proud to be the voice of Clayton Comets athletics all season long. We are CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Friday Night Football, nothing else like it. The gridiron of high school Americana. And tonight we have got a dandy of them for you. Welcome to senior night, but it means so much more. In addition to the seniors being represented on the Clayton Comets blue and white, it is also the final home game of the regular season. And it's a battle between Clayton versus Clayton in the same zip code. The Cleveland Rams travel to Nixon Fowler Stadium for the 12th time they will meet tonight for this matchup. And in addition to that, it is for the Greater Neuse River 4A Conference Season Championship. Welcome to coverage on the Community Radio Network, CHS YouTube Live. I am Wesley Outland, proud to be the voice of the Clayton Comets and 2003 Comets alumni. We are live at the turf field at Nixon Fowler Stadium. It is almost time for senior ceremonies. We'll have that on the Community Radio Network and on our broadcast feed. Christian Diggs is our executive producer, director, and our cameraman ready to go here tonight. In addition to that, Kim Winslow, who always does a phenomenal job on the sideline. She will be covering the sidelines for us. And Mark Coates, when he's not busy running the clock, will be handling the color analyst duties of our broadcast coverage. We also want to acknowledge other members of the media that are here. They include Country Superstars 102.3 FM. In addition to that, My RDC 28 and Friday Night Rivals for television is also here as well. So they're for somebody that says they have no way of being able to get this game is a LIE excuse, because we certainly have you covered here on the, but Mark needs one though, on the Community Radio Network. We're about 24 minutes away from the start of the senior night festivities. And, of course, that will be coming up here very soon. Again, we welcome you to Nixon Fowler Stadium. You have the 6-0 Cleveland Rams traveling here to Nixon Fowler Stadium. The Comets are 5-1. However, this is for the conference season championship. If they can win this game, also, it could be home field advantage for the Comets. But they've got a big shoe to fill. They've got a lot of work to do. And Mark Coates said it should be a good one here tonight.
It should be a very good one tonight, Wesley. It's a crosstown county rival.
Make sure you check your batteries.
Clayton and the Rams. So there's a lot here on the line for both teams. So hopefully they'll come out, Clayton will, and play a better ball game than Cleveland tonight.
Well, awesome. We're getting Kim in place. She'll be down on the sideline. By the way, we will also have what will be the senior night festivities, not only on the YouTube CHS feed, it will also be on the Community Radio Network. You know, Mark, and by the way, I forgot to mention another one. NFHS Network, as always, is also covering our game. If you're a subscriber yearly or monthly, you're able to keep up with the game. So there are so many ways, Mark, to keep up with this game here tonight. And, my friend, it's going to be electric at Nixon Fowler Stadium.
It is. It's going to be very electric tonight. Teams started filing in around 5 o'clock this afternoon. As I sat here in the press box and look across the way, there's a line in the 70 West parking lot of Cleveland fans.
Yes.
From the gate back down to the buses standing in line waiting to get in.
Yeah, I don't know if our videographer, Christian Diggs, can zoom in to the highway side of the away, but you can see a line of people, and that is the Cleveland Ram fans that are trying to make their way here inside Nixon Fowler Stadium, and that's just on the away side. There is a parking line full like they're ready to go to NASCAR Cup race on Sunday at Martinsville. They're ready to come through here. Obviously, the protocol being made to go through the scanners and everything else, but this is just a line here. Mark, you're seeing it right here, my friend. Look at this line of people just simply waiting to get through to come in for this game. And probably it's a lot bigger on the Clayton side of the parking lot as well. Scott Riley and the Cleveland Rams are ready to take on Shane Handy and the Clayton Comets. Again, they're 6-0 in the season, 5-1 for the Comets. And again, this game is for the conference championship. We welcome you to our coverage here again from Nixon Fowler Stadium. Should be a good one. Should be a fantastic matchup as, again, this is, Mark, the final week of play. So here's the thing. We know that Clayton is going to the playoffs. We know that Cleveland is going to the playoffs. The only question is they, their destiny relies on the way they play tonight, where they end up in the seeding, where they end up in the bracket. And, of course, Clayton could really pull an upset if they could beat Cleveland.
It would be a major upset tonight. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, this is a county rivalry, two schools basically that do not like one another.
You said that better than me.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem saying it. I mean, it just they don't like one another, and the talk and everything that goes on from one to the other. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have two competitive football teams come out here on the field tonight. Both of these teams played for the conference championship back in the spring. They also played for the Eastern title, which Cleveland won both. Cleveland is returning a majority of its starters from back in the spring. They're starting running back who's committed to Carolina, Skylar Locklear. Quarterback has committed to go play D1. Not exactly sure, can't remember the name of the school, but he has committed. And this is the year that if Scott Riley's going to have an opportunity to do anything with this group of players that he has groomed over the last 4 years, this is the year to do it. And for Clayton to come out tonight, Clayton has nothing to lose. Clayton should come out here tonight and play as loose as one team as you've ever seen. Lay it all on the line. At the end of the day, if Cleveland loses tonight, it hurts Cleveland way more than it does if we lose. But that's not what we want to do. We want to come out here, play a competitive ball game, take it to them. It should be a good ball game. Both teams, Clayton at times has struggled on offense this year. Two dominant defenses. Clayton has given up 46 points in conference. Cleveland has given up 31. Those two defenses are very balanced. From the offensive perspective, I give the balance to Cleveland with their starting running back Amarion Hampton and Skylar Locklear at quarterback. So we'll see. It's all going to boil down to execution, timing, knowing your responsibility, playing your gaps, and at the end of the night, the best team will come out on top.
All right, again, Mark Coates joining us here on Color Commentary. Kim Winslow is down on the sideline. We'll get her first take as she gets ready to settle in. Kim, good evening to you. This should be a good matchup between Cleveland and Clayton here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. Good to be at home tonight. Okay, we need a few more minutes with Kim to get her in place, and then we'll have her here just a bit. So Kim not ready just yet. So, but again, 18 minutes away from ceremonies. Again, around 6:37. 6:37 is when the ceremonies will begin. Christian, I don't know if there's a way you can just kind of zoom out and just kind of show the atmosphere of the game and people coming in, the cheerleaders, the dance team, the band, everybody getting into place. Ready to go here as tonight's matchup is, again, the final game of the regular season conference. There you go. There's, you see your Comets wearing the blue colors, white helmets, white pants, working out, getting ready to go here. And, hey, Mark, we got a play clock, too.
We do. For the first time in several years, Clayton now has a 40-second clock to run. In years past, it was damaged several years ago when the visiting sidelines was remodeled and updated and everything, and with the new construction of the artificial turf field and everything, it was time to get it fixed. And so that has happened, and now we're able to control that time up here in the booth versus the referee being able to control it down on the field.
And, of course, according to Shane Handy, it is now time to jump inside the Coach's Corner. The Coach's Corner is presented by the new HiQ Energy Drink, reminding you that wings are for birds. His thoughts before this match between Cleveland and Clayton here tonight at Nixon Fowler Stadium.
You're listening to the voice of community athletics, the CRN Sports Network. Follow us online at wearecrn.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Now back to our broadcast coverage.
For one more time in the regular season, it is time to jump inside the Coach's Corner. As always, presented by the new HiQ Energy Drink. We are here with Coach Shane Handy. Coach, the implications, what is on the line, Cleveland, Clayton, the same zip code, the same town, cross town, same town I say, a rivalry, Cleveland and Clayton, but it's so much. It's for the Greater Neuse River 4A championship, the seeding to be determined in the playoffs. Are you so excited that it's actually going to be back at our house, Nixon Fowler Stadium, tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. The atmosphere. It's going to be a great opportunity to play on that turf and fill that stadium up. So it'll be a electrifying night for sure.
Obviously playing Cleveland or Clayton, there's just such a quick rivalry that is just enhanced and brewed between these two teams. And obviously, there's so many things that we could say about Cleveland, undefeated in the conference, and this and that. Went to state last year and lost to Mount Tabor. They beat us in the Eastern Regional Semifinal Championship in April May in Cleveland. April 30th actually was the last day of the game when we had spring/fall football from last year. But you've had 2 weeks since the win against Corinth Holders, and the team preparing, practicing. What has it been like for the last 14 days now, if you will, to get these Comets in shape?
Yeah, well, we had a great off week, and we had, of course, the JV game, so it really wasn't a bye week. It was more of a semi-bye, I guess. But we had 3 good practices that week with the varsity, and got some guys healthy, and thought it went really well. And then this week has been great work ethic, great intensity, and had some great practices.
Well, all of that goes into tonight. And, this is a big game. Obviously, there is so much attention. Community Radio Network is here. You have Country Superstars 102.3 here. You also have the My RDC Friday Night Rivals on CW22 covering the game. The exposure. Do you feel like a game of this magnitude, Coach Handy, warrants to have this type of exposure in this area for a game like we're going to see tonight?
Well, I think it's really exciting for our kids to have that kind of atmosphere and have that many people, doing the production and that kind of stuff. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a great opportunity for them to be seen and heard on different levels. And anytime you get apparently get Clayton and Cleveland together, everybody comes out and watches for sure.
Well, we can talk about Locklear, the quarterback. We could talk about the Carolina Tar Heel commit, Marion Hampton. I think of Rocha. I think of so many great talented players that are all in the cusp for Cleveland that you're going to have to stop. But I also see the same package with, what we see with Nehemiah Smith and what we see with, Antonio Cinco and your quarterback program, whether it's Yates or whether it's Anderson. It seems like Clayton and Cleveland, though different, Coach Shane Handy, they kind of mimic each other in their package.
There's some similarities, of course. We're both spread. We've, like I said, this is my third game against Cleveland, and thank goodness we had 2 last year. And I wish we would have come to play a little bit better late in the game, but on both of them. But again, it was a great opportunity for sure to play in the Eastern Finals against them last year, and what a crowd! What a crowd we had that game for sure. So just hate we ended up like we did on the other end, but we can change that tonight.
Coach, if you could go back to the race or back to the game where we played them in March, come so close to beating them. We still feel that was that controversial touchdown, not a touchdown. We could always say that, but as it is, the game ended the way it did on the scoreboard, as you always say. Go back to April 30th. We were up 21-7 before they finally just beat us 49-21. What package do you feel needs to be different for Clayton's offense and defense to try to be able to hang with Cleveland? Because Cleveland's been averaging close to 40-plus points a game this season, but also Clayton has improved down the stretch in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, we were up 14-0 and gave up a couple missed tackles on a pass, and then we fumbled the kickoff, and they got the ball back and threw a fade and tied it 14-14, and then we go down and let Locklear get away there at the last 3rd and 9 play and get a first down, and we had them backed up in toward their end zone. So just got to break down and make tackles. I mean, we started not breaking down, corralling him, not letting him out of the pocket, and again, just everybody do their job. We've been talking about that for 2 weeks. Hey, do your job, do your assignment, your job only, nobody else's, and good things can happen. So and we got to corral 28 and 12 and make sure that we wrap up the ball carrier and take care of the ball on offense, and good things can happen. Can't allow to have turnovers on offense like we did last year.
Talking again. Oh, yeah, for sure, definitely. Coach, do you feel like this is going to be not only the offensive packages, that's what scores the points, but do you feel like this is going to be a very tough defensive battle between these two teams?
Yeah, there's no question about that. they've scored a bunch of points this year and got a dynamic offense. And so defensively, we got to swarm to the football and gang tackle and really just do our assignments and feel like we'll be okay.
Let's talk about the opportunity that is it's available tonight. And it's really amazing because we went 0-3 to start the season, or 0-4 to start the season, before finally we turned around and won. We had the 21 yeah. Well,
1-3.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking
yeah,
Grimsley.
We were 1-3.
Well, no. I'm talking about playing Grimsley and playing Wake Forest and Wakefield,
right.
and
then we beat Jordan. Yeah.
Yes, and non-conference. Yeah. And then you beat Durham Jordan, and then things started to turn around. So close to beating Garner. But did you ever think at the cusp of the finish line you have the opportunity now to win the Greater Neuse River 4A championship, where a lot of people were like, man, this is wow, what kind of a program are we going to have this year because of the way things had started? But you literally said, this is what I wanted to train these men for where we're at now.
Well, we always want to challenge ourselves in the season to play the best, and the way the playoffs and things work now, you've got to prepare yourself to play tough opponents, or it'll go against you in your record. So we did want to play some tough opponents. I guess the most disappointing is Wake Forest. We played horribly on special teams. And then Wakefield, we were ahead of them and just didn't finish the deal. And so there were a couple games like Garner. We didn't finish blocks. We didn't kick extra point. We didn't kick a field goal to win the game. So there was a couple things in the season there just really disappointing. But our guys never wavered, and they kept fighting and kept getting better. And now we're in a position where a win tonight will share a conference championship and be head to head with the guy and that we beat. So that'd be a great opportunity for our kids and a feather in their hat for sure.
Well, postseason. Can we talk about postseason? Is it looking like whatever the outcome of tonight is? Win, definitely, awesome. Lose. Is there still the postseason at the end of the tunnel there, Coach?
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity to get postseason either way. I think that's no question about that. Could definitely be in the postseason with a win and a loss, possibly. But yeah, we definitely don't want to go in there with a loss. We would rather go in with a win, no question about it. So.
Well, and of course, obviously, you win the conference championship over Cleveland tonight. You go to the number 1 spot. You go to number 1. You went from 3 to 1, and it's crazy the way these things sound. There's so many opportunities. Shane, did you fall out of your chair? What are you doing?
No, I'm just good, man. I'm good. There's no question. I mean, if we get that win tonight, then things will have a little bit better opportunity, of course, ahead of us. So, we look forward to that opportunity to be in the playoffs with a win and not a loss. That's for sure.
Win or lose tonight, Coach Handy, what can you say on senior night that you can say about these men? Obviously, we lost a lot of seniors in the spring at the end of our spring football program and really rebuilt things. This has been a rebuilding year, but there's still light at the end of the tunnel and a lot of hope and a lot of promise, if you will. But what can you say to your seniors here for senior night?
Yeah, we look forward to them having a great night, and there's 17 of them, and those guys, some of them have played, 2 and 3 years on varsity, and it's not a huge class, but a good class, and so we look forward to working with them and winning tonight and getting into playoffs and letting them make their mark for the future. And so we're excited about it, and we got a bunch of bunch of sophomores playing and a bunch of young guys that also playing. So, it's a great challenge for sure. But we're excited for our seniors and the opportunity they have ahead of them, and we'll continue to work and go from there. So.
Well, Coach Shane Handy, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I know you are. Hopefully, we can get that W on the scoreboard and hoist ourselves as the Greater Neuse River 4A Conference Championships. What an upset that would be to cap off what's been a roller coaster season, but there's definitely been a lot of more highs and excitement down the stretch for sure.
Well, appreciate your covering us, and we look forward to the opportunity tonight to finish this thing off on a great note.
That's Coach Shane Handy for tonight's matchup of Cleveland, Clayton, and it is always presented by the new HiQ Energy Drink in the Coach's Corner.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ Energy Drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ Energy Drink. Wings are for birds.
All right, we'll welcome you back here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. Hey, Coach Shane Handy and his comments on the Coach's Corner, as always, presented by the new HiQ Energy Drink. As you see players of the Comets blue and white on senior night warming up. Mark, Coach, what do you take of what the coach just said here for tonight's final Coach's Corner before we begin the playoffs next week for a quest in the state championship?
I agree with Coach Handy. You got to play a disciplined ball game. You've got to know your assignments, play your assignments. All 11 men on the field need to be on the same page. That is the most important. Talk to one another, understand what your responsibility is, and execute that responsibility. One play, one misplay, one penalty doesn't necessarily cause you the ball game. It's a conglomeration of all. So we need to come out tonight. Clayton needs to play a mistake, as close to a mistake-free ball game as they can. They need to play with intensity. And they need to come out here and fight for the seat. And at the end of the day, that's all about pride. That's what my thoughts were to my son tonight, some of the other players that I helped coach growing up. Tonight's about pride. It's about representing that seed, representing your community, and going out there and doing your absolute best. Leave it all on the field. It's senior night.
And Mark, in closing, because I know you got to get down to the field to help out with senior night opening ceremonies, man, how special could it be to win and go to the number 1 seed and have home field advantage going to the playoffs if you can win this tonight?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But at the end of the day right now, that is to those kids down there.
Put it behind you. Put it behind you.
Put it behind you. To us sitting up here talking on the radio and on television, we hype it up. Right. We talk about it. And that's the last thing right now they need to have in their mind. Right now, they need to be focused on their assignments, what they need to do, and go out there and play the best football game, the best 48 minutes they can play tonight, and at the end of the night be able to look at themselves in the mirror and say, I did my best.
Well, we'll see what happens. Thank you, Mark, Coach. We'll holler back at him here at the beginning of the game as he'll be handling the clock duties as well as public address is Greg Parrish. You will be hearing from Greg Parrish in just about 7 minutes from now. We will have coverage on the CHS YouTube Live TV feed as well as on the Community Radio Network of the senior ceremonies, as 17 seniors will be honored. Thank you, Mark. We'll have Mark, Coach, back here in a minute. As again, 17 seniors will be honored. They will be acknowledged for their accomplishments all year long on the field. Welcome back to coverage on the Community Radio Network. It has been a privilege. It has been an honor to follow you all season long for the last 5 years. It has been a ride. Being a former Comets alumni, a graduate myself, it is truly a privilege and honor to be able to go across the country and announce sports. But I tell so many people there is such a special place in my heart being the radio voice of the Clayton Comets, and it has been a fun year. We can't do it without our team, all of our team. Kim Winslow on the sideline. Thanks again, of course, to Mark Coates. They'll be joining me here tonight. Christian Diggs is on camera. He's been here the last couple of games on CHS YouTube Live TV. Of course, I want to mention also Bruce Barrett, longtime friend of 2 years, Blake Robertson, Meredith Robertson, Amy Coates on spotting, Kevin Stump, just some of the crew that has been here along the way this year. It takes a team. There's no I in team. It takes a team of everybody working together, and we've certainly appreciated this moment. This final game, this is it. You see the referees down there talking with the coach, Shane Handy, getting his thoughts on things here. We are about 5 minutes away from senior ceremonies. And by the way, let's go ahead and acknowledge who those seniors are, the champions of our squad for what they've done all season long. The seniors include, for the Comets, number 1, Everett Boyd, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 2, Hogan Yates, quarterback, senior. Number 3, Byron Smith, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 6, Mason Bland, the linebacker, senior. Number 8, Donovan Spellman, the Appalachian State Mountaineer commit for college football, tight end linebacker, senior. Also, Cade Cyrus, the Virus, defensive line, senior, number 11. Jaquan McKee Brinkley, wide receiver, defensive back, senior, number of October. Senior, number 33, Miles 2, tight end outside linebacker. Also, senior number 25, Jermaine Braxton, wide receiver, defensive back. Senior, number 44, Mason Rambo, linebacker. Number 53, DeMarcus Sanders, senior. Deacon Shadell, senior, number 57. 65, Nick McElroy, the OLDL senior. As well as Brandon Hicks, senior, outside linebacker, number 78. And just about 3 minutes from now, in 3 minutes, we will actually be going down on the field, and we will have the senior ceremonies tonight at Nixon Fowler Stadium, all part of our coverage here of Cleveland and Clayton on the Community Radio Network. There are 17 seniors that will be honored here tonight for the Clayton Comets. Comets again going into the Greater Neuse River 4A at 5-1, second in the conference, coming up against tonight's 6-0 leader, the Cleveland Rams. Scott Riley and the Rams are ready to go. Of course, the Comets getting prepared as well. Understanding we are just about 2 minutes away from senior night ceremonies on the Community Radio Network, and our CHS YouTube live feed will be going down to the field in just a couple of moments to video those moments, the senior night moments here. A matter of fact, if you want to make your way to Christian, the tunnel area is where we need to go towards, and now we go to public address and the voice of the Clayton Comets, Mr. Greg Parrish. That is Greg Parrish on public address giving the senior night festivities. They're welcoming here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. We are about 25 minutes from the ball flying through the air for the Greater Neuse River 4A Championship. And, of course, Clayton, Cleveland coming up very soon on Community Radio Network and CHS YouTube TV. We'll be back with more from Nixon Fowler Stadium after a word from our sponsors.
I'm a student athlete, which means I'm still learning.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach, in a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned
from the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans.
What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship, together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM. 23 minutes now going up on the clock before kickoff here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. All the dignitaries of the ROTC, the Clayton High School Marching Band, cheerleaders, and everyone getting into order as we prepare for this event coming up here tonight from Nixon Fowler Stadium. Back with more in a moment on CRN, the Community Radio Network, and this is Comets Pregame Live, presented by the new HiQ Energy Drink.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ Energy Drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ Energy Drink. Wings are for birds.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland, one of the co-founders and president of the Community Radio Network, known as CRN Sports, now going on 4 years as the voice of the Clayton Comets. Are you interested in having your business being advertised on all of the athletic coverage of CRN, even if it's all the sports coverage or just one, like football or basketball, or maybe your daughter or son plays soccer or softball or even baseball? We've got you covered. Whether on the gridiron to the court, to the field or the diamond, we want your business. Whether you are a car dealership to a paint business, or even a cafe to a barber shop, if you're interested, we want your business today. Be a part of radio advertising on the Community Radio Network.
For more details, call 919-618-9286 or email me at weslyoutland@aim.com. And we look forward to having your business a part of the Community Radio Network today.
National Anthem, conducted by Director Joey Massey.
Down to the field now for the playing of our national anthem from the Clayton Comets Marching Band. The home of the blue and white. Not only the home of the red, white, and blue, but also the home of the Comets. As you hear the crowd, the Comet crew, yell those emphatic words. They are packed to the masses. You better get yourself a good seat because the clock is ticking down. 18 minutes from kickoff. We welcome you back to Nixon Fowler Stadium on the Community Radio Network and YouTube, CHS TV. I'm Wesley Outland. Mark Coates alongside, and I believe
referees for the game are
he turned down the PA feed. And I believe for the first time tonight, she is ready as well. It is loud. It is electric. She's all nice dressed up in Comets black and blue. Kim Winslow, good evening to you. You catch the poetry there?
You got me? There you go. Yes, I did. And I'm wearing lots of hats tonight. As a senior parent, the sideline reporter, the helping with set up concessions. So it's been a busy day. But this is going to be a fantastic atmosphere down here. A little windy. So we'll see how that affects the game tonight, especially the passing game for both teams, and as well as the kicking game. There's a pretty stiff wind. I don't know if you can see the flags down there at the far end of the field, but they are straight up, and the the ribbons on the goalposts. It's a strong wind out here tonight.
It certainly is. We're showing that to you. By the way, there is some dark clouds up on the horizon to the east end of the end zone as well. But right now, the radar just shows extensive cloudiness. Very cloudy here tonight at Nixon Fowler Stadium, but hopefully no chance of any weather or the R word, if you will. 16 minutes away from kickoff. The festivities are beginning here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. It is going to be a roaring crescendo when the Comets make their way onto the field. Cleveland Rams are on the west end of the end zone. If you want to show them real quickly, Christian, you see Scott Riley and their team of the Cleveland Rams getting ready to prepare. The Comets are getting ready in any moment from now to bust through the tunnel here just very, very shortly. So there you see Cleveland. The Cleveland Rams, of course, shades of the Carolina Tar Heel ACC football colors up the road in Chapel Hill. And there you see the Rams. And there you see a view of the field. And the Cleveland faithful have came out as well here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. There's also an adawning of people wearing red. Why? Because for the first time since 1999, the Atlanta Braves are in the World Series. The last time they won the pennant in the World Series was 1995, and it was encouraged by MLB and the Atlanta Braves to chop on and wear red today. So you also see a lot of red being worn by people throughout Nixon Fowler Stadium.
I don't think that's why they're wearing red tonight. They posted on social media they are wearing red as a symbol of being the worst nightmare for the Clayton Comets tonight.
Well, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice.
They're trying to be the worst nightmare. trying to get that devil look against the Comets.
So trying to, per se, have Nightmare on Elm Street here at Clayton for the people that are wearing red in the Cleveland side. So there you go. They're wearing the red as Christian is showing that. Anyhow, we'll see what goes down. There you see him. We await the beginning of this game any moment now for the Comets to get ready to bust through the tunnel. And they'll be ready to go. Kim, back down to you.
I was going to say, obviously I missed some of the pregame, so apologize if I repeat anything that y'all have talked about. But tonight, this is going to be one of the ultimate matchups for the Comets. Obviously, I think you've probably talked about that this is for a conference championship. Whoever wins this game tonight will be the conference champion for the Greater Neuse 4A. Coming into the game, obviously, Cleveland is undefeated, and they are averaging almost 50 points a game and only giving up about 9 points a game. So this is going to be a challenge for this Comet offense to control the ball, get the ball in the end zone, and then for the defense to do the job. I think field position is going to play a huge part in this game. You know, we always talk about turnovers being so important. The Cleveland Rams do not turn the ball over at all.
Not much.
No, this season they've had one fumble all season. That was in the last game. They have 0 interceptions. So they take care of the ball. The challenge will be, can the Comets do the same on their side of the ball?
We'll bring Mark Coach back up here into the fold as he's back in place after being a part of the senior night celebration. How special is that, Mark, being a part of senior night? I know Kim's daughter, Avery is down there for senior night as a cheerleader, but the football players on senior night. You experienced it with your son Marcus last year. You'll have it with your son Will next year.
That's right, and it's it's their last home game. You've played this game. You've grown up loving it, doing what you hope to be able to do. Some kids, majority of them, never going to play another game. This will be their last game. These will be the memories that they have. Select few will go on to play at another level, whether it be JUCO, D2, or what, and may be able to experience it at a higher level. But for tonight, majority of these kids, this is going to be their last football game.
12-20. And the clock ticks down just like it's a new year. The same here tonight at Nixon Fowler Stadium as the Cleveland Rams get their final warm-up on the field. The Comets, they're done warming up. They were actually on the field at 3 o'clock this afternoon when we were setting up our broadcast for television and radio, going over all the vibes, all the things that needed to be done. Mark, you would say this team is ready. Kim, back down to you. This team is ready. Like I said, Coach Handy and the coaching staff had this team on the field right after they ate supper, warming up, getting ready for tonight.
Oh, obviously the team is hungry every game, but this one is always a little extra special, especially after last year.
Oh, yes.
In last year's game, they got down 21-0 in the first half, or 21-3 in the first half. They came back and had probably the best third quarter football I have seen them play almost ever. And there were some questionable calls, and so they know how close that was. I think they know they can't make mistakes. You can't get behind the chains tonight. You can't give Cleveland free yardage. And obviously everybody's fighting for a playoff spot. I think there's a lot of different playoff scenarios. I think the Comets are safely in the playoffs, at the very least a wild card spot, but there's a lot of different scenarios for tonight. Not only is this game for conference champion, but there's also a battle for second place in the conference. And right now that's a battle between Fuquay, Garner, and Clayton. Obviously Garner has the win over Clayton. Clayton's got the win over Fuquay. Fuquay's got the win over Garner. Garner and Corinth Holders play tonight. If Corinth Holders can beat Garner, then regardless of the outcome tonight, if Clayton would happen to lose, they would secure second place in the conference. So there's just lots of different scenarios, but with the strength of Clayton's RPI, because of their strength of schedule, because they played the Wake Forest, because they played Grimsley, they have one of the strongest strength of schedules in all of 4A East.
So Kim,
let me throw it back down to you again. Do you feel that at the end of the rainbow, all these hard games that we played was worth it to be at this moment?
Absolutely. When you look at the RPI, so the RPI is measured on not only your own record, but your opponent's record and your opponent's opponent record. So not only did we play tough teams, we played tough teams who play tough teams. And so that has given us a strength of schedule that is probably one of the strongest in all of the 4A East. And because of that, even though we've got the 4 losses, we're still number 20. We are way ahead of people that have significantly less losses than we do. And it's because of those games. And you think about what they learned during those games. You play tough teams. You got a lot of tape to watch, a lot of, what do you have to do to compete with those teams? So there were so many positives that came out of those games, even though they walked away with a loss.
9 minutes away. Here come the captains making their way on the field for what will be the final home game of the regular season. That's right, it's on to the playoffs and a run for a state championship beginning next Friday night. Home or away, we'll have it for you on the Community Radio Network beginning next Friday. A lot of great things going on. Comets again 5-1 on the season. They sit number 2 in the Greater Neuse 4A with a 3-way tie, possibly at night's end. The captains make their way down on the field. That includes number 78, Brandon Hicks, offensive lineman. Donovan Spellman, the Appalachian State commit senior. Number 8, number 44, Mason Rambeau, and Cade Cyrus, the virus, the number 11 defensive line. They're all seniors as they make their way to midfield. At midfield, captains for Cleveland include number 2, and that is, of course, Keyshawn Monk, free safety. Number 30 of Katie Harrison. Number 28, Amarian Hampton, the Carolina Tar Heels commit. Number 12, Skylar Locklear, and of course, quarterback.
CRN Radio Network.
And there is the captains now making their way along with some military dignitaries from the ROTC and the Marines, getting ready for this event. It should be a good one. Everybody in place. Turf field. This is the 11th meeting between these two teams that you would think are like the Hatfields and McCoys of West Virginia. These two teams in the same zip code of Clayton. Mark Coates, we're almost ready, my friend. 7 minutes to kick off.
And you couldn't have said it any more appropriately, baby. It's the Hatfields and McCoys of JoCo.
They will have the coin toss down on the field. It looks like it is concluded, so the Comets are going to go from left to right to get things started.
Comets are getting the ball first.
And the Clayton Comets are going to get the football to start the game. Rams will receive on the third quarter, so the referee will get ready to acknowledge. The players actually give high fives and hugs to one another.
Yeah, and Cleveland,
down to you, Kim.
Cleveland won the toss. They did defer. Obviously, in the JV game 2 nights ago, Cleveland won the toss and chose to receive. So Varsity's got a little bit different strategy. They have deferred, and Clayton will start with the ball. And that's where we need the offense to make a statement.
That coin toss turns into a chess match.
Yes, it does.
I know. I can remember many years ago, we were so confident in our defense, it didn't matter if we won. If we won the toss, defense was going out every single time.
Warming up is still the Cleveland Rams on the field. But any moment now, coming out to enter Sandman. Here comes the smoke screen through the tunnel. Mark, I know you remember going through that tunnel. So do I. Here come the Comets. Roaring out to enter Sandman. And the Comets are on the field at Nixon Fowler Stadium, carrying the red, white, and blue of Old Glory. This place is electric. They are ready. Coming out to enter Sandman, shades of ACC team and the Virginia Tech Hokies.
You know, I think when they get ready to do another renovation to this stadium and they add some seating, they're going to have to expand the Comet Crew. This place is absolutely packed in the Comet Crew, overflowing to the sides. As you can see, all down the fence, it is lined with people.
And it is a windy night in October here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. And Mark, they just put in a brand new public address system as well from a buddy, Greg Parrish. They put in a new PA system for it.
New speakers,
new mixer board.
You can hear it tonight.
Certainly can. Take a listen to the atmosphere as Christian zooms in.
And one other addition tonight, I don't know if you mentioned 40-second clocks tonight.
Oh yeah, we mentioned the play clock. Yes, ma'am. Take a listen to the atmosphere as we get ready for kickoff.
I'm standing down here along the Comet sideline, and these players are pumped up. I think they look ready to go. I think they're ready to move this ball. And you know, last night in JV, or 2 nights ago, the Comets did a good job moving the ball against the Cleveland defense.
They
just couldn't get it in the end zone.
Just came up short.
If they'll come out tonight and play like they played the last 3 quarters at that offensive line can control the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a competitive ball game, Ken.
And I'm looking forward to it.
We wish you were here. If not, there are several ways that you can watch. Of course, they are live right now on MyRDC Friday Night Rivals on Channel 28 locally. Also on Clayton High School YouTube TV, the NFHS Network. There is also coverage on Country Superstars 102.3 and on the Community Radio Network. Proud to be the voice of the Clayton Comets. And this has been the new High Cube Energy Drink pregame kickoff. We throw the ball through the air. Comets receive next.
This episode is an exclusive production solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, transmission of the accounts without the express written consent or permission is restricted and prohibited. To hear this replay or other previous podcasts, download on iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, and TuneIn. As always, this show is for you. Thank you for listening.
We're at the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of network identification on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to other games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. CRN Sports is on the air with live coverage of the Clayton Comets. It's time to get Comets all in for coverage of football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, and volleyball. We're proud to be the voice of Clayton Comets athletics all season long. We are CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Final 90 seconds before kickoff. The Rams have not even came out yet. I wonder, Mark Coates, if that is an intimidation tactic, because the Rams are kind of like saying that we're coming out last like this is our house. I don't think that's right, per se, but they haven't even come out yet. This is on. Here come the Rams now. Wow.
It's put up or shut up time now.
In my opinion, the Comets should have came out last. But maybe there was a statement made in coming out first. We're right the kickoff.
And sometimes that can be, similar to, you see bulletin board material during the week and something that fires you up. So, hey, I'll take whatever will fire up these Comets. One thing to note, we talked about how strong the wind is down here.
Oh, yes.
When the Rams kick off, they will be kicking with the wind. So I expect it'll probably be a deep kickoff. Don't put it past the Rams. They are known for the onside kick. They like to surprise their opponent.
Yes, they do.
Getting ready for the
Comets to receive the ball first from Cleveland. By the way, this game is sanctioned by the Triangle Football Association from the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Your referees tonight include referee Ken Tyndall, umpire is Randy Miller, Vernon McGrew is the linesman, Randy Bain the line judge, and Derek Nunn is the back judge. There is also IRDC Friday Night Rivals, so there will be several TV timeouts taken throughout the broadcast. We'll also do radio timeout. The battle is set. The 11th meeting between Cleveland and Clayton. The last time they played was on April 30th of this year, when fall football in the 2020 season was in the spring, and they beat us 49-21 to go to the state Eastern Regional Finals. Here we go. It is loud. Number 16 will kick it. That is Bryce Womble. Womble fires it through the air. Cleveland, Clayton underway for the championship of the That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it back to the 35-yard line.
No return on that kick. Comets are going to have the ball first and 10 on their own.
Comets first and 10 on the 30-yard line, and we'll get them in place and get them ready to go.
Go ahead and hit it.
There is also a 25-second play clock now. For the first time in what, Mark, 3 years? We have a play clock.
It's been a while.
I'm just used to the guy throwing his hand at us in the back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
15 seconds. So many great things. Here we go on a first and 10. Ball on the 20. Snap. Throw. That's Anderson. Anderson gets it around to number 5. Big bring down by the Cleveland defense to get things started.
Looks like it's going to be a loss, about 2.
That was John Emerson on the run.
Pass caught by number 5, John Emerson on the play.
He lost a couple of yards, so it's second and 12 coming up.
And 12 for the Comets.
All of the hype, the noise, you have to try to find a way to put that behind you, Mark, and try to focus on the game now, right?
Look, all the hype's over with. Now it's time to play the game.
Second and 12, ball now to the 18. They lost 2. Motion movement. That's Nadir Simmons in the backfield. Anderson to Simmons, and Simmons will run right up the middle in a breakaway. He got a nice run. Brought down by
Nadir Simmons with the carry for the
number 21 of Robbie Alba, the run for the Rams.
6 yards on the play, going to bring up second down and 6 for the Comets. Third down and 6 for the Comets.
So a takedown there. Also number 22 of LaRon Sparks bringing down Nadir Simmons. 10:49 in the opening period of play. Opening quarter. Comets, Rams, Clayton, Cleveland. Here comes Nadir Simmons up the middle. Another breakaway. He'll power his way right through 3 defensive men of 30 and 17 of the Rams. That was Katie Harrison as well as Ryan Klemp and LaRon Sparks. And it is a Comets first down. They'll move the chains, Mark Coates, for the first time tonight.
Running the football is what Clayton's known for doing. When you're getting 5-6 yards a pop, you need to focus on that to set up your pass plays.
Listen to this atmosphere now as the clock ticks down to 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Play clock down to 15. Still no score. Comets on their opening drive. It is Anderson. He'll go up under the center. He'll back away from the center. Nadir Simmons, whatever the call was from Anderson, he nodded his head. We're ready for it on a first and 10, ball on the 30.
Penalty.
And now we have a whistle on the play. There might be a delay of game.
It is.
A delay of game on the Comets. And this is something that we've...
No penalty.
No penalty. Comets have called a timeout, actually. So the Comets have called for a timeout, so no penalty on the field.
I was going to say, if we only had some play clocks to be able to see.
Well, we have them now.
I know. I'm saying that very sarcastically.
Yes, ma'am. We have them now.
There shouldn't be an excuse for that. Thankfully, the Clayton sideline could see that because, again, we talked about how important it is not to get behind the chains.
You're exactly right. Don't want that to happen. A first and 10. A 1st and 10 with the ball on the 30. Mark, what do you think of the opening drive? Obviously, they were down to the 20, got to a 1st down. Good running by Nadir Simmons. They're running the football. You said that's what they specialize in.
That's what they do. Some teams use the pass to set up the run. Some teams use the run to set up the pass. If you watch Cleveland's defense, what they have in the box, you've got to be. If you can block that, that will open up your pass game.
10 minutes under 10. A 1st and 10 with the ball on the 30-yard line. Referee gets out of the way. They're digging in again on the offense of the Comets, the defense of the Rams. Snap, crackle, pop, Anderson to Nadir Simmons. And
Pass,
it's a
there you go, the tight end. Kyle Nesselrode.
Kyle Nesselrode with a catch and another
Kyle Nesselrode and a 1st down for the Comets. Wow.
I tell you what, that Comet offense did a great job selling it. They completely faked me out on that play.
I thought it was Nadir Simmons.
I did too.
I thought he tripped up. All of a sudden, the tight end got the ball, catch. Kyle Nesselrode, the sophomore tight end linebacker. Mark, Coach, what a play. You read it.
It was an excellent play. Excellent play call. Run, think it's run, throw the football. You got to get this defense off balance.
Get him off balance again. And here comes Nadir Simmons to the 45.
32, Simmons with another carry.
Another run. He'll probably go back to the line of scrimmage.
About a yard or two on the play.
Maybe a yard or two. A 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. So a pickup of 1 yard. Ball will go down to the 44. 9:14 remaining here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. The Clayton Comets of the home squad. They are wearing their traditional senior colors, white jersey pants with the C on the right of their pocket. Then their jerseys are blue with gray pinstripes on the side. Comets Clayton logo on the front with, of course, in wording their numbers in the back. Comets helmets are white with the blue C. Here we go now with a 2nd and 9. Run by Emerson. Sweep from the right. He got tripped up. He about ran into his own man. We'll see what goes down here. Maybe a loss of yardage. Because that's a tough break there for Clayton number 5, John Emerson, running with the football.
Loss of 2.
Maybe a loss of 2. So a 3rd and 11 coming up. Put him back now at the 42-yard line. A 3rd and 11, ball to the 42. Cleveland Rams, as I mentioned earlier, they like to mimic the Carolina Tar Heels of ACC football in Chapel Hill. They're wearing the football white jersey pants with the blue and white diamonds on the side. Of course, their jerseys match. Carolina blue numbers. As Anderson is under pressure, he'll throw it up and it's caught. Incomplete to number 18 of Mason Kirkendall.
Pass intended for number 18, Mason Kirkendall.
Mark, that was something out of nothing, even though it was incomplete. That could have been disastrous with Josh Anderson going down to the backfield.
Cleveland came with the blitz on that play. Josh was able to get out of the pocket and try to find a man downfield. Excellent job trying to keep the young man's head up and looking downfield on that 4th down and 11. Clayton's lined up to punt.
And they will punt it. Punt from Mason Rambo by the big foot. And this ball will come to a stop at around the 35-yard line. And the Comets will pick her up there.
And you can see what the wind did to that ball. He kicked it up, and it absolutely died and came straight down, like you said, about the 36-yard line.
So the Comets offense coming up short on their first drive. They had to punt the football. And now Cleveland is getting ready to set things up for their first series. Your quarterback is Division I college commit Skylar Locklear, the quarterback, 6 foot, 185 senior. Other players to watch is Keyshawn Monk, number 2 for the Rams. Amarian Hampton, obviously, always watch him, number 28. That's a big guy they're going to have to stop, the 6'1", 221 senior.
There goes somebody's helmet.
And someone's helmet just came off for Clayton. That was number 55. Ty Streeter lost his helmet. And a
Pick up a 5 from Marion Hampton, and it's 2nd and 5, half the distance completed on their first series. Ball now to the 41. 7:25 in the first. Here we go with Hampton. Another run up the middle, and he will power his way to midfield. Stop by number 15 and number 5 for the Comets. That's John Amerson, Jaquan McKee Brinkley. A 1st and 10 after 2 downs for the Rams, and they are now 1st and 10 on the 48 at midfield. Ready for the center to snap it to the quarterback, Locklear. Locklear this time holds on to it. They're going to try to throw it. Jaquan McKee Brinkley under pressure. He throws it away. It is incomplete.
Number 15, Jaquan McKee Brinkley.
Mark Coates, I thought Brinkley was about to tackle him from behind there.
Yeah, he had pressure on the young man, that's for sure. Good job of holding up and not hitting him though, and getting
Such a good job
and getting a penalty call.
Yes, no flags. 6:50 remaining here in the first quarter of play. We welcome you to coverage on CHS YouTube TV, the Community Radio Network, Motion Movement. That's number 8, Jayshawn Middleton.
And he has been one of the players for Cleveland here in the last couple of weeks to step up and score.
Hampton up the middle. Hampton goes to midfield, and Mason Rambo with the stop. Mason Rambo as well as number 6, Mason Bland. So the Mason and Mason connection getting it done. Making it now a 3rd and 8 on the 50-yard line for the Comets defense, trying to stop Cleveland here. 3rd and 8, throw pressure, Locklear throws. Oh. It is caught, and it's a 1st down.
Pass is complete.
Tackled by 45, Alejandro Rubio out of bounds, and there's flags flying.
No, that is a late call. Absolutely late call on that.
Wow, I can't believe what happened here.
They're calling a personal foul on number 45.
Alejandro Rubio.
I think it gets number 45.
He hit the player inbounds and took him out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought it was a fair hit. I don't think it was intentional. Cam, down to you.
I was going to say, I think we're hearing Mark through the PA system out here.
Yeah, he's livid.
No, but literally, he's coming through the PA system out here. But the thing is, on that pass, Rubio was right in the passing lane. If he could have just timed his jump, he could have got a hand on that ball.
Yes.
Motion movement by Jayshawn Middleton.
Hand off up the middle.
Run up the middle by Marion Hampton, and they're going to bring him back. Big stops by Mason Rambo. And Cade Cyrus the Virus stopping Hampton. Nowhere to go for the Carolina Tar Heel commit. Those colors he's wearing for the Rams will be those same designs he wears next year as a freshman for the UNC Tar Heels up in Chapel Hill with the ACC. Locklear, he's under pressure, throws it up, and there's somebody got it. It's incomplete.
It's dropped.
Incomplete pass. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Number 3, Byron Smith on the coverage there, was intended for number 11 of CJ Hargrove, and we have now a 3rd and 10 coming up.
And don't look for Cleveland. Don't look for Cleveland to kick no field goals down here in the red zone.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Cleveland's got enough gumption in them that they're going to go 4 downs if they don't score.
Yeah, Mark, I think they've only kicked 2 field goals all season.
Yeah.
A 3rd and 10 now.
When you got the offense they got, you shouldn't have to kick no field goals.
Locklear to Hampton. He'll run. He'll sweep around the corner. They trip him up.
Number 76 for Cleveland was holding our nose guard. He almost pulled his jersey off of his shoulder pads, and they did not call it.
Yeah, that was that should have been a penalty on 76 of Cody Ellis. The tight end guard right there. I agree with the sentiments. Comets defense trying to stop him here. This is a 4th and 10. On a 4th and 10, and Mark Coates, as you said, my friend, they're going to go for it. Get behind him, make some noise, Comets Nation. 4th and 10. Here comes Locklear. He's rolling from the right, throws it up, and it is caught. Is he short? That's the question.
No, it's a 1st down.
That's a 1st down. Yeah, I see it now.
It's going to be a 1st down.
It's a 1st and 10 on a 4th and 10.
a 1st and 10, and it might possibly also be a 1st and goal for the Cleveland Rams.
First and goal on about a 6-yard line.
The Cleveland Rams average close to 40-plus points a game this season. Here comes a Marion Hampton.
Quarterback's got the
It's
football.
a fake. Locklear with it. They read him. John Emerson's got him. And that's number 6, Mason Bland as well. No, it was Emerson.
Number 3,
John
Byron
Emerson
Smith,
as
also
well
in
as
on the
Byron
tackle.
Smith all around there, and they stop Locklear.
And that was just good technique by John Emerson. He just absolutely wrapped him up and didn't let go. A lot of times we see defenders just try and, hit him up high to make a tackle, but he wrapped him up.
And you can't do this in this ball game.
No.
You got to hit somebody, you got to drive them.
No gain, by the way. A 2nd and goal coming up at the 5. They did pick up 1 yard. 2nd and goal, and clock is down to 5 seconds on play. They got a stoppage and play call.
The side judge threw a penalty flag. Not sure if it's on the offense or the defense. It's going to be on the defense.
Oh, wow. Penalty called on the Comets.
Both sides called against.
I'm not exactly sure what that was. I'm standing right along the line here.
I'm trying to figure out what in the world happened to you as well,
I think he
Kim.
called that on the defensive back lined up on the receiver.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah, he's talking to John Emerson. Emerson's trying to get some clarification.
Here we
This
go.
time John asked if he was good.
For Hampton up the middle.
And Hampton's in for a touchdown.
For the Cleveland Rams. So the Cleveland Rams will strike first. There's not been a touchdown sign given yet, though. Are they short? They might be short. It's not been given yet.
It might be just short.
It's not a
of the goal
touchdown
line.
yet. It is
Looks
not
like
a
they're gonna-
touchdown. So it's like 3rd and 1 or 3rd
I'd say
and goal at the 1.
About 6 inches.
Get under center. Y'all better get up on the defensive line.
Got to stop him here with a 3rd and goal.
Y'all too deep. Get up on.
Locklear, Hampton. That was a low snap. He picked up the football, though, and he'll run to the end zone that time. Skylar Locklear scores. Touchdown, Cleveland Rams.
Where's the penalty for hot dogging?
They strike first. I was going to say the same thing. Unsportsmanlike conduct. There's no flags for that.
They're supposed to be. Just like they're supposed to be flags for holding.
Yeah, and Coach Handy had a little conversation with the official on that missed holding call.
Yeah. Extra point now. Number 16 ready to put it up of Bryce Womble. Kick is up. And it is good.
The point is good. Making the score Rams.
So the
7,
opening
Comets
drive for the Cleveland Rams put them on the end zone. They score 7-0 at Nixon Fowler Stadium. Back with more in a moment.
I'm a student athlete, which means I'm still learning.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
Determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports in my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach, in a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned.
From the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans.
What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship, together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
No score for the Comets on their opening drive. The Cleveland Rams scored on their opening drive. And it is 7-0. 3:32 remaining in the first quarter here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. Mark Coates, again, your thoughts on that score?
They scored.
Cleveland will send it. Wombles will send it to Clayton. Bounces on the turf. Running, at least picking up 1 or 2 yards, was number 45, Alejandro Rubio.
And that ball took an odd bounce.
Kim, can you hear me on the PA system down there?
No, not now. I could earlier.
I think he left his mic on, and that's what was going on.
Take over first and 10 on their own 23-yard.
All right, here we go.
But that kickoff took an odd bounce, and obviously the receiver had to get on that ball, or the returner had to get on that ball because it's a live ball, and the Cleveland coverage team was right there.
That's exactly right. And here we go now. Comets have got to respond here. They're down by a score, 7-0 for the Rams. Here comes Anderson,
right,
and it is a fake. Anderson will keep it.
Oh, man, if they hand that ball off, he is gone.
I thought they did.
I thought they handed it off to number 30 of Nehemiah Smith.
There was a hole there I could run through.
I thought he handed it off to Nehemiah Smith, and I thought he was gone.
Parting of the Red Seas, if you will, and just like the weather, when it came in storming last night, the clouds parted, and he had an open gap and just did not capitalize and go for it.
Well, I reckon that's just the decision.
2nd and 13.
You put the game in the quarterback's hand off the ball, keep the ball, and that's,
They are jamming the Thriller as there's a throwdown by Anderson to, I believe, number 10 of Darian Campbell.
Loss of 1.
No, it was number 18. My apologies, Mason Kirkendall. And Kirkendall will lose a yard. A 3rd and 14 now.
We're going the wrong way on this drive so far.
Yeah, we are. God, my goodness.
Well,
they need to dial up that play with Nehemiah.
Well, okay.
Here we go. 3rd and 14. Ball to the 19-yard line on the red zone of the Rams. Or the Comets, actually. Here you go. Anderson under pressure. Throws it up. Just intended for number 2 or number 5 for the Rams. Keyshawn Monk or Hosea Peters was about to just take it. And this is a 3 and out. 4th and 14. They're going to punt it on their second drive.
You got to move the ball vertical, guys.
So a tough break. A punt by Mason Rambo.
Rambo with the punt for the Comets.
And the ball will go down to around the 45-yard line for the Cleveland Rams. They get the ball back.
Rams going to have 1st and 10 on their
It will be a 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line.
And I don't know if you saw that after the punt. Mason Rambo took a hit. The Clayton sideline were calling for some kind of penalty.
I missed it.
No flag,
yeah, he definitely took a hit. And even Mason was having a little conversation with the official.
So a 1st and 10, ball down on the 45-yard line with 1:50 remaining in the first quarter for the Rams. As they'll settle in here, Locklear of the backfield alongside is Hampton. Motion down movement.
Screen pass
throw to number 3. And that is Cameron Goins.
Number 11.
And that's Cameron Goins, Kate Cyrus, the virus, stopping the run there by Cameron Goins. A sweep, a throw, and another 1st and 10.
Gain of about 13 on that play.
1st and 10 immediately becomes 1st and 10 again. 1st and 10 now, ball to the 42-yard line for the Rams.
Quarterback
fake.
The ball,
it's
number
not
12.
Hampton, it's Locklear.
Got to wrap him up.
Locklear, they're trying to bring him down. They got him.
By a galaxy of Comets in the back.
A galaxy of Comets include Kate Cyrus, the virus, Donovan Spellman, Mason Rambo, Mason Bland, Brinkley, all there for the stop, as well as Ty Streeter, number 55. Coming up on a minute remaining in the first half, first quarter. And a 2nd and 14. Cleveland. Ball to
Hand
Hampton.
off up the middle.
Hampton up the middle. He powers his way through Rambo and them.
Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down. About
Mason Rambo fired up, as well as Kate Cyrus, the virus there. Well, what do you think, Mark? 3rd and 39 coming up.
You got to hold them. It's 2 more downs. You know they're not going to punt the football. Not if they get 4 yards here.
Locklear throws it up, and it is incomplete. It's caught.
Pass is caught by the Rams. Going to be another first down.
Another first down for the Rams, called by number 8 of just Jay-Sean Middleton.
On the Comet 24-yard line.
Jay-Sean Middleton with the catch there. And a 1st and 10, ball now on the 24. 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Clayton doing an excellent job trying to hold Cleveland to the run game. The pass game, the young man was covered, but it just appeared that their receiver was a little bit faster than our DB.
Locklear up the middle, got Hampton there, and there's a shot and a hit.
Number 13, number 23 for Clayton on the tackle.
That was, of course, awesome coverage by Christian Harrell and 23 A.J. Foster there. 10 seconds, clock ticks down, and that will be the first quarter of play here. I don't think they're going to be able to get a playoff in time. And that is the first. It is 7-0. Cleveland Rams scoring on their opening drive. Both drives offensively by the Comets coming up short. And, of course, back down to you on the sideline. Kim Winslow, your thoughts of the first quarter.
Obviously, we're looking for the offense to move the ball more. We got, did move the ball well the first series. Just couldn't finish it off in that second series. Obviously, we went backwards. The defense is doing a good job. They're pushing the Rams to, we've had them at 3rd down multiple times, had them at 4th down. We just can't make that last final stop. So we'll look for the defense to stand tall up here and see if we can hold them.
Seems like we get a moment when the defense gets really fired up, Mark, but we got to have the offense do the same.
Well, you do, and the coaches are searching, trying to see what plays are going to work right now. You want to stay vertical. I understand the passing game. You try to get the ball to your playmakers. Receivers have to do a better job of blocking. You want to get one-on-one with the defender and hope that your offensive receiver is better than their defensive back. And so, Clayton's tried to throw the ball out into the flats a couple of times, unsuccessfully being able to gain any yardage. The run game is there. The holes are there. So we'll just see, what kind of adjustments the coaches make moving forward. Any of it can work. I'm not just saying that you got to run football, but you've got to get the ball vertical. You always hear everybody say north-south, what you got to do. You don't score touchdowns going east-west.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there is TV timeouts also being taken here.
They are.
And that is ongoing. I want to remind you to follow Clayton Comets at Clayton High School on Facebook, at Clayton_Comets on Twitter, at CHS Comets, at Clayton Comets on Instagram, and, of course, at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are CRN.com. Mark Coates alongside Kim Winslow to the sideline. I'm Wesley Outland. 12 minutes go up on the clock, and we get ready for the start of the second quarter. And what was a very quick 25 minutes of first quarter action here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. Now, mind you, Kim and Mark, Clayton's still in it. It's not over. No. It's only one score, 7-0.
There's a lot of time left in this ball game.
A lot of football left to play.
Yes.
36 minutes remain to be exact. Here we go now for the Rams.
Locklear looks to throw the football. He's looking for number 8.
And it is caught. And it is a touchdown.
Coverage, I'm not sure what happened there. The defender that had him covered, he was playing what looked like to be a zone. Looked like him and the safety may have gotten confused, and the receiver broke off into the end zone with nobody on him.
Absolutely nobody. But that was still close on the catch. It was close on if he had complete control as he came to the ground.
Well,
he
did, but it was close.
That was Jay-Sean Middleton.
Wide open.
Jay-Sean Middleton for the touchdown and Womble for the extra point, and it is
whistles,
good.
Well, whistles before the kids had kicks.
Well, they're known for doing it.
Smith in the backfield, number 30. The quarterback is Anderson. Joshua Anderson and Nehemiah. But as Kim said, it is windy.
Second left for the Comets.
Ty Streeter.
All right, offensive line, if y'all can do it.
He never stopped driving those.
Wow, wow. Mark Nadir Simmons and the extra point up, and it is good. No.
Some energy drinks.
The Comet Athletic Booster Club would like to thank the following corporate and Super Comet boosters for their support and generosity to Comet's athletics: Generation Church, Horizon Family Medicine, Lee's Produce, the Noose Country Club, and TR Lee Oil and Gas. If your business would like to support Comet's athletics, please visit www.cometsathleticboosters.com. Thank you for being Comets All In, and go Comets!
On the 3-yard line.
Back here, I had to step away for just a moment. And I think there was a fumble.
Looked like it was.
Just ejected
yes,
somebody.
He did.
Now he shakes his head in disbelief. I don't think he per se agrees with it.
7.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
First and 5 under pressure is Anderson. Anderson will run with the football and get a first down and more. To midfield, almost a 20-yard drive up the field. 16 yards. And there's a flag on the play.
Several flags.
And they're calling a flag on the Comets. I don't.
What I'm seeing
Wow.
is Cleveland's players toning our players. But our players are responding. We need to quit talking and we need to start hitting somebody is what we need to do.
But how is that not taunting or unsportsmanlike when their player comes directly back into essentially our huddle of players?
Not to be short, not to be rude, but I mean at the end of the day, I reckon it's just, you know, the old saying, the one that says it's not the one that gets caught, it's the one that responds. And it's not right. It's never been right, but it's the way it's always been treated. You could cuss somebody, you could hit somebody, you could do whatever you want to, but if you're the one that responds to it, you're the one that's going to get. You're the one that's going to get it.
Yeah, this is.
At the end of the day,
that individual walks right past the official into essentially our huddle of players, essentially taunting the penalty.
Well, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand that either, but I mean that's just.
On the 34-yard line.
So this is a 1st and 5, ball on the 34. So they'll just try to do this again here. There's a run by Anderson. Anderson with Nehemiah Smith.
Off the left side.
Nehemiah Smith with room to run, and boy, he got leveled. Hit by number 2 hard by Keyshawn Monk, the 6', 175 senior free safety. And this is a 1st and 10 though. Move the chains for the Comets.
First down. 1st and 10. Comets on their 42-yard line.
Remember what happened back in March, I think it was. They were up by 17 points, and Clayton came back and were able to battle and take the lead in that 3rd quarter. We always talk about that game, Kim. 1st and 10, ball on the 42. Here come the Comets with Anderson. Anderson with room to run, and then he got chommed up. They got him, number 7. Number 17,
now you're laying
got
on
him.
Now you're laying on him, you're pushing on him. If that was one of our offensive linemen, there'd be a penalty flag.
That was Isaac Piatek as well as Ryan Klemp. Laying on top of Anderson, mind you.
I'm going to tell you, these referees, I'm starting to have the issue with this.
2nd and 14, ball on the 38.
Mark, have you seen this movie before?
I have seen this movie before. That's why I can't stand it.
I know.
I got 3 words. Send it in. 27-6 the score right now in the 2nd quarter. Play clock at 2. Timeout. Anderson noticed it. He called for a timeout. I don't think the play was ready, and they called for a timeout. Anderson called for a timeout here.
It looks like they were going to change the play up as the whole offense looked back to the sideline for the play. Nothing was being sent into them, so they had to call the timeout.
.5:20 remaining here in the first half of play in the second quarter. And we have a timeout.
You went car shopping, you meant business. You ace vehicle history searches and test drives. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
2nd and 14, ball on the 38-yard line. Comets drop back out on the field, so do the Rams. 27-6, the score. 5:20 remaining here in the first half of the second quarter. Comets with the ball. That's Anderson. Anderson running with the football, throws it, and it was caught by number one, Everett Boyd, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. But there's another flag thrown. Referees having another powwow down at the midfield area, and we'll find out what the call is here.
A couple of the Rams.
Coach Handy awaits.
It's a 5-yard penalty, whatever it is.
Let's see what the call is.
I'm not sure what the call behind the back of the head. That's illegal helmet contact. Illegal helmet contact is the call that was made there.
Well, I thought I heard him say illegal man downfield at one point.
Well, according to this referee handout that I have, Kim, the sign he just gave is an illegal helmet. It's deep, and it is incomplete, and no flags.
Pass is incomplete.
It was intended for Ian Martin.
It'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Comets.
I don't know if the receiver, Ian Martin, if he misjudged, with the wind on that, because he seemed to stop early.
Well, they've done that some this year. They give up on the route if they, and the defender had him covered. He was deep. He was deeper than the receiver, but I don't know, Kim. I'm like you. That ball was 5 yards over his head.
Yep, and he stopped and jumped to make the catch. If he would have kept running, he could have.
And we've seen that a lot. Yeah, I mean, the young man just needs to keep running and trust his quarterback and trust himself.
And they'll punt the football. No snap. And Locklear gets it to Hampton's fake. Mason Bland, number 23 as well, of A.J. Foster.
And Alejandro Rubio was key on that play as well.
Yeah, they were all over the place. 27-6. Ready now with a 3rd and 5.
Pass.
Locklear throws.
Slant.
It's caught by number 11. And that is C.J. Hargrove, and they'll bring him down.
First down, 1st and 10 for the
They'll
Rams.
put him now on the common side. Rubio! Look at Rubio run! He's got help! He's got blockers! He's got help! Rubio still on his feet! Down by Hampton! He went down by Marion Hampton. Alejandro Rubio.
He just absolutely jumped that pass.
He did not give up on the route.
He 100% jumped that route, took what was his, and he was off to the races.
Alejandro Rubio, number 45.
Now Clayton needs to come out and do something. They've got 1 minute and 26 seconds left before halftime.
The linebacker junior intercepting the football.
Clayton can cut this to a 2-possession game if they can score. If they can score before halftime.
They've got to score. 1st and 10, ball on the 37. Rubio pumping him up. There's an interception. There's life back by the fans. And here comes a drive. Wow, what a big drive by the Comets.
To about the 30.
To the 30-yard line, a pickup of 7. That was number 21, Antonio Cinco, with the carry.
Antonio Cinco, the running back linebacker junior, number 21.
Gain of 6.
So Cinco is in. Anderson, your quarterback, as Hogan Yates is out hurt. 2nd and 5. Got less than a minute remaining. Here comes Anderson. Anderson with the run.
Off the left
He'll
side.
run and break away.
Turn it up, baby. Turn it up.
Cinco. They got him. He still stays on his feet.
It'll be another first down.
Got to stop him. What a drive by Antonio Cinco.
46 seconds remaining before the half.
Move them into the red zone, by the way.
Y'all better get on the line. They're going to run the clock.
1st and 10, ball on the 20. They're in the red zone. Comets needing a drive. They got to come back and respond. Momentum is a funny thing. Interception by Rubio. The Comets are trying to go to the red zone, to the end zone. Quarterback sneak, running with the football. It was Anderson. Oh, that's a, whoa! Are you serious? Are you friggin' kidding me? Number 7 with a shot to the quarterback's helmet of Isaac Pataic.
Timeout's being called by the Comets.
And no flag called. Wow. Are you serious?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why this is the rivalry that it is.
And I'm one of those types of broadcasters that I normally call a game right down the middle, straight fair. But that was not right. I mean, that was blatant. Cam, down to you. I know you had to have seen it. You got a view at the 15-yard line.
I have to admit, I did not see that happen. I think I was looking at the clock, looking to see if they were going to call a timeout, and I never saw it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I happen to know that young man. Will played baseball with him growing up, and that's not typical of him. So that has to be a learned behavior that he's learned from the coaching staff.
Isaac
or the players.
Piatek just kicked Joshua Anderson in the head.
31 seconds remaining.
On his helmet in the head. Hopefully they can come back and respond here. 2nd and 10 on the red zone at the 20. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Clayton trying to score to get something started.
He's
it's
rolling.
a fake, and
He's
it's Anderson running. Anderson throws. It is up. There is no flags.
Pass attempt.
Play was there.
Number 6 and number 2 on coverage by Stephen Elliott, the 2nd, and Keyshawn Monk. 3rd and 11. It was intended. It was intended for number 1, Everett Boyd.
Pass was a little high, but it was there.
26.4 seconds, 3rd and 10. Setting it up, Alejandro Rubio intercepted the football.
This is 4-down territory here. Clayton has to go for it.
They're going to have to. 3rd and 10, 4th and 10, they got to go for it.
It's going to bring the half.
We have the momentum, and then they start bringing the blitz, which that's what you're supposed to do. But right now, I'm sure Scott Riley's probably going to go down there and tell his players, hey, y'all doing a good job. You're getting under the skin. You're antagonizing them.
Second quarter, those two touchdowns. 14-6.
Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You went car shopping, you meant business. You aced vehicle history searches and test drives. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ Energy Drink. Wings are for birds.
The Comet Athletic Booster Club would like to thank the following corporate and Super Comet boosters for their support and generosity to Comet's athletics: Generation Church, Horizon Family Medicine, Lee's Produce, the Noose Country Club, and TR Lee Oil and Gas. If your business would like to support Comet's athletics, please visit www.cometsAthleticBoosters.com. Thank you for being Comets All In, and go Comets! The Comet Athletic Booster Club would like to thank the following family super boosters for their support and generosity to Comet's athletics: the Evans family, the Gaskins family, the Ivy family, the Jones family, Kona Ice of Garner, the Moser family, the Nesselrode family, Prestige Pools of North Carolina, the Sharp family, and the Winslow family. If you would like to support Comet's athletics as a family super booster, please visit www.cometsathleticboosters.com. Thank you for being Comets All In, and go Comets!
You're listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. The following is a presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.
Back here at Nixon Fowler Stadium, about 30 seconds remain in halftime. There was also a special ceremony for the marching band and the cheerleaders, the dance team here at Clayton. Well, Mark, we're going to have to reset and do it all over again, bud. What's your keys to the second half for Clayton to get an upset win here right now? Down by 21 at the half, going to the third quarter, and the Cleveland Rams will get the rock.
Well, they're going to have to take better opportunities of what they're given. You know, if they create turnovers, you got to score off of them. We dug ourselves a hole. The play down here, you know, before the half, where the young man didn't cover the football on the kickoff, has put us in a bind. But you know, look, there's 24 minutes of football to go out here and play, and hopefully the Comets will come out here, play aggressive, and see if we can turn this thing around in the second half.
Cam Winslow, down to you. What's your keys to the second half as we get ready for the third quarter to begin here at Nixon Fowler Stadium?
Well, I think we definitely have to take advantage, of any opportunity we can, and we've got to keep our composure. Again, we can't retaliate, we can't respond, we just have to walk away and be the better person. So we got to keep our composure, take advantage of opportunities, and not get behind the chains with penalties. And when you look at the penalties that we had, on both sides, they were dominated by the 15-yard type.
Yes.
It will be the Comets to kick to the Rams to start the third. It's a low kick.
Well, they tried an onside kick, and they almost come up with it. So
almost tried to. I was wondering if there was going to be a chance of an onside kick. Back down to you, Kim.
Yeah, no, it deflected right off the player, but he was able to get on top of it before the Clayton coverage could get in there.
The ball has to travel 10 yards, and it has to bounce off of one of the other players for it to be active.
No,
Runners just have to go 10 yards.
Got to go 10 yards.
So now Cleveland will get it on good field position at midfield.
Here we go. A 1st and 10 ball on the 48, and Locklear is throwing.
Pass complete by the Rams for a gain of about 7 on the play.
And that was a catch by number 3 for the Cleveland Rams of Cameron Goins. And this one now bring up a 2nd and 4, pickup of 6. So here we go again for the Comets, trying to get on defense. Rams and the Marion Hampton up the middle. Powers his way to around the 38-yard line. And this will bring up now a first and 10. It is a first down.
For the Rams. Be 1st and 10 on the Comet 41-yard line.
First and 10, ball on the 41. Locklear, throw up. Catch is made by number 3, and that's Cameron Goins for the Rams.
Going to be 1st and 10 coming up on the 30.
Another 1st and 10, another 1st and 10. Move the ball from the 40 to the 30. Running up the field, Mark.
And you see, with John Emerson not being in the game right now, Jalen Blackman is playing that defensive back position, and looks like Skylar's trying to go right after him right away.
Locklear
and once again,
Cyrus, throw is up. It's incomplete.
That's 3 passes, and all of them have been against Jalen Blackman as the defender.
Yep.
That's number 22, Jaden Blackman.
The first pass was a spot pass to get 6 yards. The next pass was a slant. The young man on that play there faked the slant, stopped, and then took off for the corner. So that was designed that way to make him think, jump, and then give him separation where he could try to. Ball was just overthrown.
1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line now for the Rams. A 2nd and 10 now. Clayton defense needs to make a stop here in a big way. And Hampton up the middle. They'll trip him up. It'll go down.
Brings up 3rd down for the Rams.
That was A.J. Foster and Kate Cyrus the Virus also there. And this is a 3rd and 9. Comets have to stop the Rams on this drive. Trying to shut down here to start the 3rd quarter. They've already ran 2 minutes off the clock. 3rd and 9, ball on the 29. Locklear.
Rolling, he's looking
rolling,
to throw.
Sweeping, throwing.
Is
he
the
there?
End zone. He's
it
got
is
it.
Caught. He shot the end zone. Jay Sean Middleton.
Coming up for the
They're going to call him out about the 4-yard line.
And on a 3rd and 9, they go all the way to the goal, to a 1st and goal at around the 4.
Well, and he was covered until he cut the turn to go out, and they beat him to the spot.
10 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 27-6, and here
off
come
the
Rams.
Short.
He falls down before the end zone.
Mason Bland.
Going to be tackled just short of the goal line. Going to be 2nd down.
Marion Hampton. (27-6), 9:40 in the 3rd. Here comes a run. Locklear to Hampton.
Quarterback keeper
into the end zone. That's quarterback Locklear to the end zone. Touchdown. Another touchdown for the Rams.
And that's another situation where in that drive, we've had him at 3rd down several times.
You have.
Just can't close the door on it.
And longs, not
3rd and 9,
ones.
3rd and 8.
Yes.
33-6, now trying to make it 34-6. Kick is up, man, good.
Extra point is good, making the score.
34-6.
9:35.
9:35 in the third quarter. The Comets will get the ball back when we return from Nixon Fowler Stadium on the Community Radio Network and, of course, on YouTube, Clayton High School TV.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
So the Rams just scored again on their opening drive to start the third quarter. It is 34-6. And now we settle in now for the Rams to send it and kick it. Number 16, Bryce Womble, the 5'9", 160 senior kicker. We'll get ready to send this into orbit for the Comets. Clayton's got to respond here. They're down by 4 scores, and the kick is up. And a run, and a return, and a drive, number 18. Almost ran into his own man. Alejandro Rubio was there. Number 18, Mason Kirkendall.
Mason Kirkendall.
What a job by Kirkendall.
Good return by Mason. He's going to get the ball out to about the 38-yard line where it's first and 10.
They're going to be at the 38-yard line. Listen to Sid Narron down there trying to pump them up. Trying to tell them, guys, believe in yourselves. Try to get out here and do something here. We got to get an offensive drive. And that was Mason Kirkendall. Kirkendall that ran the ball to the 38-yard line, first and 10. I'm trying to find the R2, Greg Parrish. First and 10, ball on the 38 for the Comets. It's Anderson running. It's a fake. He'll hold on to the football.
Gain of maybe a yard on the play.
2.
Maybe a yard or 2 picked up. 2nd and 8 coming up.
If the young man cuts that ball to the sideline, he gets 5 or 6 more yards on it versus turning it back into the teeth of the defense.
40-yard line.
That would have been a 7-yard drive up the field. Scott Riley of Cleveland, of course, you're watching him in the orange hat. He always wears some off-the-wall color where he stands out, the orange Dayglow color hat. On the sidelines of the Comets, Everett Boyd with a run. And he's trying to go on the Cleveland out-of-bounds area.
Gain of maybe a yard or 2 on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd down.
A 3rd and 7 coming up. Ball now to the 41, a pickup of 1.
1-2 yards of play is not going to get it done.
No, it's not. 8:25 remaining. Here's the thing. We know both of these teams are in the playoffs. We know the outcome. Clayton and Cleveland are both in the playoffs. It's just a matter of
rolling. He's
where
open.
They end up. A throw by Kirkendall.
Oh.
And it was intended for number 17 of Court Schmidlin. Wide receiver, sophomore.
And he wasn't going to have a play on that ball. It was definitely thrown out of bounds.
Yeah.
So the receiver didn't even have a chance for it. And that's the thing. You want to make sure you at least give your receiver a chance.
He was open. If Josh throws that ball differently, that ball was 5 yards out of bounds.
And a 4th and 7 is coming up.
And Wesley, you were talking about some of the playoff scenarios.
Yeah.
It looked like Garner was handling Cornholders. I think it was like 34-14 or something. They were winning big. So it looks like we probably will have a 3-way tie for second place.
Wow. A 3-way tie for second place then. That will be, is that determined by a coin toss or how do they determine
it'll be decided by who has the higher RPI. But it really doesn't matter for playoff seeding. They seed the number 1 seeds first, and then the number 2 seeds are guaranteed a spot.
Yeah.
But they're seeded with the wild cards according to RPI. So it really doesn't matter from a seeding standpoint.
Gotcha.
So in that three-way tie, Garner should be second, we should be third, and Fuquay would be fourth.
No, Fuquay would be first because they've got the higher RPI right now.
Yep.
And then us, then Garner.
Depending
if anything changes on this one.
Even though it doesn't matter, it doesn't depend on the loss of
Locklear
Garner.
running, guys. Locklear running quarterback, running with a football.
Picks up a first down.
It could change based on this game. However, when you look at what it's weighted more heavily on your opponent's winning percentage, and now we're going to get Cleveland's winning percentage into our calculations after this week.
That was Jaquan McKee-Brinkley trying to put down Locklear out of bounds on the sideline. Here we go now with a 1st and 10 ball on the 36 for the Rams. It's Locklear. Locklear throws to Hampton. Hampton on the side. He's got room to run. To beat, and he is gone. Taking him down. John. Yeah, Brinkley tripped him up and brought down him. Also helped.
One thing to note down here,
Streeter.
Skylar Locklear is very slow to get up. It's not that he got hit. I think he just, it looked like he might have turned his ankle a little bit, but he's hobbling off.
Referee's got a
number 12 walking off. He's off the sidelines. Number 12 is.
Oh.
So that's a big story. We'll have to watch that and see what the outcome is, as it looks like number 12 of Skylar Locklear.
Number 28.
Hampton.
He had a hole to run through.
A hole and a run and a drive and a touchdown. Touchdown again, Cleveland Rams.
And I expect we'll see Skylar Locklear come back in on the next series. I think had they not scored here, I think he probably would have come back in on the next play. He looks to be walking just fine on the sidelines.
(40-6). (40-6). Kick up by Bryce Wombles, and it is through the uprights, and it is good.
Making the score, Rams 41, Comets 6.
It is 41-6. And they have silenced this crowd here at Nixon Fowler Stadium. And Nightmare on Elm Street has come to Fayetteville Street from the Cleveland Rams. And it is right now 41-6. Back with more in a moment from Nixon Fowler Stadium on the Community Radio Network.
The Comet Athletic Booster Club would like to thank the following corporate and Super Comet boosters for their support and generosity to Comet's athletics: Generation Church, Horizon Family Medicine, Lee's Produce, the Noose Country Club, and TR Lee Oil and Gas. If your business would like to support Comet's athletics, please visit www.cometsAthleticBoosters.com. Thank you for being Comets All In, and go Comets!
All right, we're back.
27 unanswered points by the Rams since the beginning of the second quarter. Or midway to second quarter, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore. 41-6. And they're going to kick the ball. That's Bryce Womble. Run by Alejandro Rubio. Remember, he got that big interception earlier, and this time they got him.
Rubio for the Comets.
Take down by the Rams, number 2 of
Taking down
Keyshawn
around
Monk.
the 24-yard line. Comets going to take over first.
Get at least 25 yards up the field. And this will bring up a 1st and 10 on the 24.
Putting it on the 25.
I was about to say, I thought it was at the 25. 1st and 10, ball to the 25-yard line. The brackets for the playoffs will be unveiled by at least lunchtime tomorrow. A majority of all the games are able to get played tonight.
Hand off to number 32.
And there goes
Nadir
number
Simmons.
32, Nadir Simmons. We haven't mentioned his name in a while on offense back in the game.
No gain.
No gain on the
Goes
play.
nowhere.
2nd down to 10.
(41-6) is the score. Boy, this ain't pretty. 2nd and 10. Here we go. Run by the Comets. Can they get something started here?
Another handoff.
At least trying to salvage some pride with another
Simmons
touchdown
again
or
with
two.
the carry.
Nadir Simmons with the run.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up 3rd down to 5 for the Comets.
Half the distance, 3rd and 5. Ball on the 30 coming up now for the Comets.
Yeah, Mark mentioned the 27 unanswered points. And, I think a big swing in the game was, again, when Cleveland scored 14 points.
Just
in 10 seconds. In less than 10 seconds, two scores.
It was before that happened, it was 14-6.
Yeah.
We were right in the game.
And we always talk about momentum being a tricky thing. Here comes Nehemiah Smith trying around the corner.
Number 30.
He goes down.
Nehemiah Smith with the carry.
37-yard line, maybe.
Gain of about 4 on the play, going to bring up 4th down. And 4th and 2.
The 4th and 2 coming up for the Comets, and they're just probably going to punt it. What else is there to do? They're not going to go for it on a 4th down. If they do, they put them right back in the red zone again.
Well, at this point you're down. I mean, what's it going to hurt to go ahead and go for 2? I mean, you've not stopped them on the 3-yard line. What makes you think you're going to stop them back out here? Go for it. You're down 4 or 5 scores. Go for it.
Yeah, 4th and 2 though. They're going to punt it though. I agree with your sentiments, but Mason Rambo has been told to send it through the air.
And he shanked it.
And that ball stops around midfield. And that was number 2 with the football of Keyshawn Monk.
Okay. It is what it is at this point.
After the punt, the Rams going to take over 1st and 10 on the Comet 47-yard line.
Cleveland's just looking to get the 42-point spread right now so that they can start the running clock and probably pull their starters out. It's frustrating.
1st and 10, ball on the 47, Locklear.
He's wide open. How do you not cover that?
Touchdown.
How do you not cover that?
Keyshawn Monk.
Pass is complete for a Rams touchdown.
Is this Nixon Fowler Stadium or John Jacobs Stadium? I'm confused.
No, it's Nixon Fowler. I don't want to give Cleveland that kind of.
Yeah, it's just, man. Well, as you said, now the clock will run down unless the referees call for a timeout or a stop with the clock.
At this point, if he gets this extra point.
41 points back, 47-6.
Extra point is good, making the score Rams 48, Comets 6.
It is now 48-6. It is a 42-point lead, and the clock will now run whenever the game starts again simultaneously. Kim, down to you. I think we're at a loss for words up here in the booth.
You looking to me for some wise words?
I am. We love you.
It's just frustrating. Very frustrating.
This is not a time to choose somebody for a busted assignment.
And it just doesn't help too. You can kind of see, the players, they walk a little slower off the field. They're frustrated.
Yeah, they're definitely, they're defeated. Just saying in a very nice way. I don't want to make anyone mad. The whistle, they're defeated. Frustration settled in. They're, what has this been? 3 scores in the third quarter now? And there's 5 minutes remaining.
Well, it was, let's see.
Yeah.
It was 27-6 at halftime.
3 scores, 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. Ball to the air for Cleveland. Back to Clayton.
That one went into the end zone. It just makes it difficult, too. We talked about one of the keys to the game at the beginning was for the offense to control the ball and be able to have some sustained drives, and that's just one thing we have not been able to do tonight.
A 1st and 10 ball on the 20.
It's running, guys. It's running.
So now the game clock will run simultaneously. 4:30 remaining here. Comets running up the field.
That was a handoff to number 21.
That was a catch. That was Antonio Cinco with a run up the middle.
No gain on
No
play.
gain. They'll go back to the line of scrimmage, and this will be a 2nd and 10 on the 20. Second and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. 4 minutes remaining in the third. Throw, long. Ian Martin, incomplete. Almost caught it. It's incomplete.
Intended for number 4, Ian Martin.
Ian Martin was trying to go for it.
Down and 10 for the Comets.
And you hear the Cleveland fans on the other side yelling Butterfingers, and
one of the first.
It is what it is.
Well, it's the student section, so one of the first good pass plays we had tonight, where we had the defender beat.
Ian Martin would have had a touchdown if he would have caught it, I believe. Got a timeout, and the timeout's called by Clayton. We're at the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds. On CRN, the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to other games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Back here, Nixon Fowler Stadium.
Just a quick clarification
down to UCAM.
On that last play. It was actually Cleveland that called the timeout.
Yeah. Oh, timeout Cleveland. Okay.
Looks like Scott Riley's having a long conversation with the official.
What in the world?
I wonder what the conversation's about. I'm confused here.
He's coming over here to the sideline to talk to Shane.
Our cameras will follow him. If we can zoom in here and see what the conversation's about. So the referees, whatever the conversation was about, is coming to an end. The coaches go back to their places on the sideline. 3rd and 10, ball on the 20-yard line.
Apparently, Scott Riley had the ear of the official getting some clarification on formations. Apparently, he didn't like something. There's some way that the Comets lined up.
Okay. You're up by 42 points. What's the need to complain?
And
throw by Anderson, and it is and it was intended for number 12 of Deion Harris. Intended for Deion Harris, the sophomore. It's incomplete.
Now, it looked like it could have been a catchable ball along the sidelines, but Deion ran his route a little too far to the inside and couldn't get back out to the sideline.
And again, Mark, Coach, they are not going to stay out on 4th down. They're just going to punt the football.
Well, in this situation, I get it, but the other one, I would have gone for it.
All right, well,
I mean, look where you took over. Look where you punted the ball and wound up at. You want 10 yards difference from where you were. This I agree with.
4th and 10, ball on the 20.
2:35 remaining in the third.
They had 3 downs where they went nowhere. Kick is up, and it'll go to around the 45. That's Hampton, Marion Hampton. Running.
He's going to break the corner.
Looking to break the corner. He's gone on a kickoff on a punt return. Touchdown.
Punt return for a touchdown for the Rams.
Another touchdown for the Rams. And I'm at a loss for words. 54-6 is the score. Besides Grimsley, which was, I believe, 56-0. This is the biggest, one of the biggest beatdowns Clayton's had in a while. Through the uprights. Extra point is good by Bryce Wombles. And it is 55-6 remaining.
So that's
1:55 in the third. Down to you, Kim.
As good of a third quarter as we talked about that the Comets had playing the Rams in the regular season last season, not necessarily last year, last spring. This third quarter has not gone that way. We've given up 28 points now just in the third quarter.
Well, the experience that you had last year on offense and defense, the leadership, more importantly, that you had last year on offense and defense in the spring. When you lose 28 seniors and the other team pretty much has all their position players, offensively and defensively, coming back, I mean.
Yeah, and the Rams are going to probably feel that this year. They've got a lot of their key people are, they're veterans, they're seniors. Like you said, we've got a lot of youngsters. I think we had 17 seniors out here tonight.
17,
and I heard some people saying, wow, that's a lot of seniors. And I thought, apparently you didn't see last year, because we lost a lot last year.
Yeah, I think there was, 28 last year?
And in the coach's defense, they didn't have a lot of time between the spring and the beginning of football this year to develop a lot of talent. They've been trying to do it during the season this year.
And then they come right out of the gate. They played the Grimsley Whirlies.
And it just don't happen overnight.
Defending 4A state champions of last year. Lost to Wake Forest, and they lost to Wakefield. Finally beat Durham Jordan. Finally started turning things around. Their only conference loss until tonight was a 21-20 upset in Garner. And this is now looking like it's going to be a 3-way tie for second spot, and there will be a wild card, and it's Comets ball again here. So
hopefully with our RPI we'll make it.
Return to the Clayton 18-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 coming up for the Comets.
Our RPI is, right now we're at 20, and they take 32 teams out of the East.
I got you.
So I really think we're going to go to the playoffs. It's just a matter of us packing up and going on the road. We've went on the road before. Here we go again with a run. That was Antonio Cinco with the
Hand
football.
off to number 21, Antonio Cinco. Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Comets.
Under a minute remaining here in the third quarter as the clock is simultaneously running. Only time it'll stop is if a timeout is called by the referees.
Clayton has to run at least one play here. Game clock and play clock are about 6, 7
seconds difference, yeah. Anderson running with the football, throws it up. As a wide angle sidewinder catch, but it was a catch made by Mason
Pass to
Kirkendall.
number 18, Mason Kirkendall. Pass is complete.
And the catch is good, but I think they're shy of
Gain
the
of
first
3
down.
on the play,
Pick
brings
up of 3, a
3rd
2nd
down
and 4
for
coming
the
up.
Comets.
2nd and 4, ball on the 24.
Third.
3rd and 4, correction. And that is the third
All
quarter.
right, ladies and gentlemen, let's all give our attention to the dance team down on the track.
3rd and 4. A fourth quarter. The game's pretty much done, 55-6. That's why we play the game to the whistle blows. Your fourth quarter when we come back on the Community Radio Network is right now. Cleveland is just stomping the Comets. The Rams 55-6 here in Clayton at Nixon Fowler Stadium.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The following is a presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.
And we're back. 12 minutes on the clock. 55-6 the score. Welcome back to Nixon Fowler Stadium. It is the start of the fourth quarter. Cleveland Rams 55 to Clayton's touchdown 6. That was back in the second quarter when that happened. So what would you say, Mark? Close to 43, 44 unanswered points by Cleveland?
49.
49 unanswered points. There you go. Better math teacher than me. Here we go with a run. The sweep. Around the corner goes Anderson. He will pitch it. Nice little pitch
And
the way he
there's a
did
flag.
it, and it's caught by number 7
And
of
there's a
Kyle
flag that comes
Nesselrode.
after the play.
And there's a flag on the play,
Kyle
though.
Nesselrode. Flag down on the play.
So Kyle Nesselrode with the catch on the sweep to the tight end of number 7 from
They're waving
16
it
of
off.
Anderson. They're going to wave off the flag here.
Waving off the flag. Going to be enough for a common first down, I do believe.
Was that a flag for Cleveland or was that a flag for Clayton?
I don't have a
That's
clue.
the question.
They waved it off, so it don't matter. Ball's on the 31-yard line.
Thomas will have 1st and 10 on their own 31 coming up.
Number 6, Wake Forest, and number 9, Millbrook having a great battle. Check it out at nickstevensonhighschoolot.com. Here comes some more runs. I'm not sure what that is. Number 50 bringing them down. That's Nick
Ball
Hooker.
headed off to number 23, A.J.
To
Foster.
Foster.
No gain on the play, going to bring up 2nd and 10.
A loss of 1 on the play, so it's 2nd and 10. Now 2nd and 11, ball on the 30. running. They got him. And now we got a flag thrown.
Zach pushed.
And Will Coates is down there at the pot with number 89. I don't know how they're going to call this.
Should be on. I think it's going to be on
Flag
Zach.
thrown down on the play.
I think it's going to be on Zach. He pushed the player at the end.
That's Zach Klingenbeck, number 73.
I think.
And they're going to call it on the comments. Zach Klingenbeck was there. Oh, man. Clock tick-tocks away. And nothing we can do to stop it for Clayton. 55-6.
They're going to mark the ball inside the 15.
Down to you, Kim. A holding call on the comments.
Josh Anderson looks like he's in pain. He's kind of bent over, grabbing his left ribs a little bit.
Shades, honestly, what we saw in Garner a couple of weeks
at the
ago.
end of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Garner game, he had that injury and then he came out.
He is bent down all the way to the ground, and he's holding those ribs on the left side. Looks like the trainer's coming over now.
If you remember Garner, he was hurt and he wasn't able to play against Southeast Raleigh.
Remember, we don't have Hogan Yates available tonight.
No, we don't. So who would be your next QB?
C.J. Martin.
Ian Martin.
Is it Ian?
Yep.
Ian Martin
Ian was the one that we had been told earlier in the year if this situation ever happened. Not sure that's still the same, but that's what we were told.
Ian's out here on the field. You know, he's one of the wide receivers. He's out here, and you could tell he's kind of looking, getting in his zone just in case his number's called.
That would be more like a wildcat formation than it would be anything else. And that's the last thing you need to go into the playoffs without your quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure. And Yates, is Yates sick, Kim? Is that why Hogan's not able to play, or is he injured?
No, he's injured.
He's injured.
So we have Hogan Yates injured. He's not able to play tonight. And then, of course, now we have Anderson showing signs of his ribs hurting.
Let's see if he toughs it out.
Is he going to stay out there?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to stay out there.
He will. Yep, he'll run back on the field. Yeah, it's too late for the band now. Just saying. Normally the band hypes the crowd up and everything else, but you can just hear there's no emotion of excitement from this Comets sideline, Comet crew fans bench as Anderson is in there ready to go. Motion. Anderson claps, hands it off the corner, reverse, double reverse, and it goes to Ian Martin. And Ian Martin has got a nice run.
Reverse.
That's the first reverse we've seen all year long.
Ian Martin.
It worked quite nicely, Martin.
It did.
It worked very nicely. Nice and clean on both handoffs. Had a lane, and most importantly, there was no holding.
However, it is a fourth down. A 4th and 12, obviously, just go for it. You got no other choice.
4th down and 12.
No, you want to punt it here. Make them work for it. I mean, in the third quarter, it was one thing. Now here you are in the fourth quarter, just trying to make it hard.
Well, here we go. We'll see what he does. Is he's going to punt it. Mason Rambo will. And the ball will come to a stop at around the 30 to the 20 to the 15, and they got him. Got him, read him, brought him down.
45 Rubio, the defensive play.
Antonio Rubio, Alejandro Rubio reading Keyshawn Monk and brought him down immediately. So Keyshawn Monk will go down.
Ball is going to be, let's see, about the 11-yard line.
Got a good stop here on defense. They got to step up here. It's a 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball on the 11. So an 89-yard push to the end zone for the Rams. If they can get it done. This game's already done, 55-6, and we got flags flying.
We jumped offside, number 33.
Offside being called against
Miles 2. Offensive linebacker, tight end, senior, number 33. And there's the flag. So more or less, the Comets will probably be going on the road for the first round of the state championship playoffs.
Handoff.
Cleveland will go to the home field advantage, obviously, at John Jacobs Stadium after tonight, going to the playoffs for next week.
Number 15 for Clayton on the tackle.
Remember, Mark,
that was number 15,
obviously we say that this is a different
Brinkley
team than what we saw in the spring.
Comets.
28 seniors graduated, different program. Clayton don't mind winning on the road.
No, they don't. They don't. I'm just not sure how. They're going to have a short week to turn around, to try to get ready, try to get their mind right after a long season, and we'll just see if the coaches can pull them together.
2nd and 5.
Mason Bland on the tackle. There. Brings up a 3rd down and 3 for the Rams.
3rd and 3 for the Rams coming up. Comets defense trying to dig in, stop them here. That's number 9. Jackson Bird now in at quarterback, by the way. Jackson Bird is now the new quarterback for the Rams. It is not Skylar Locklear. Oh, who jumped? Who jumped first? I think they're going to call it on the Rams.
Everybody's pointing fingers.
Who are you? Who was it? It's going to be called on.
Against Clayton. It's going to be a first down.
It's going to be called on Clayton.
Offsides called against defense. We'll get a Rams first down.
It's an automatic first down there on yardage. Man. 1st and 10, ball on the 23. Bird. Ready. Snap, crackle, pop with the ball. Run off the corner. 21 with the football. Oh, my goodness. He just face-planted number 22.
It's football.
Jaden Blackman just got hit like he was in a head-on collision.
But then you see the response of the sideline over there.
Ball hit it off.
Hey, if you don't want them to do that, you need to win the football game. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Man, oh man. 1st and 10, ball on the 33 for the Rams. Here we go. There's Bird. Motion.
Pass. He's looking to go deep.
They'll throw it up.
Left-hand side.
And you got players grabbing jerseys. Blackman.
Brings up 2nd down.
Blackman, it was intended for number 6 of Stephen Elliott II, the 6', 175 senior wide receiver, cornerback. And this will be now a 3rd down, I believe, or 2nd and 10 coming up. 3:30 remaining in regulation. So the Cleveland Rams will win the Greater Neuse River 4X is 7-0. They'll be the number 1 seed in the East, number 2 or number 3 in the state. Number 21 with a run. That was Robbie Albaugh. Robbie Albaugh with the run, running back junior. We got a flag on the play, and it's not going to be for nothing. Holding called against the Rams.
Actually, as it stands right now, Cleveland would be I believe the number 2 or number 3 seed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wake Forest is number 1.
Yeah.
And then Cardinal Gibbons is right up there as well. Regardless, they're going to get some home games.
Yeah, for sure. And we played Wake Forest, remember? 48-0 earlier in the year. We lost 66 or 56-0 against Grimsley to start the season on August the 20th. Then 48-0 over Wake Forest.
Ball start, Cleveland.
It wasn't
Well, at
until
least they finally called that
scored a touchdown. We got a penalty on the play. Yeah.
No one is to be on the field. No one on the field.
Down to you, Kim. They're trying to tell people to stay off the field.
Just making a comment that it was good to see them finally call that false start.
Yes.
There's been movement on that line almost all night.
It's too late for the referees to do their jobs in the stripes now. The damage is done. 55-6. Here we go.
Quarterback.
Ball, and he'll run with it. Bird will sweep around the corner. And wow.
Number 4.
That was Ian Martin.
Number 4, Ian Martin, with the tackle for the Comets.
This will be the final 80 seconds of play here.
I tell you what, whether there was still some fight in the Comet, there was definitely fight from Ian Martin in that tackle.
There is a massive presence of security and the Johnston County Sheriff's Department out here. We moved to a minute remaining in play. You got to wonder if the Cleveland Rams are going to run and storm the field. There's a throw, and it's incomplete.
Oh, really?
And there's another flag, and I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
55-6 with a running clock. Really?
I just, wow.
At this point, it don't matter.
They're going to get a pass interference call, and the clock is still running down.
Well, the game clock is less than, so they don't even have to snap the football. What's amazing to me, which it shouldn't surprise me, is Scott Riley still throwing the football.
So they're going to decline it. And they're going to say this is the game. They're going to decline it, and they're going to say there was a pass interference, but they declined the call, and that's the ball game. My goodness.
Remember, everyone staying off the field.
55-6. Boy, oh boy, this wasn't pretty. Disappointing for sure.
Thing is, we're talking about playoff brackets coming out this weekend, coming out tomorrow. Comets are going to have to, they got to put this behind them, regroup, and get ready for next week.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe, Kim, is what we were talking about. We're going to go in the playoffs, but it's going to be a wild card spot, and we're going to be on the road.
Yep, we'll be on the road.
We're going to be on the road, so we better pack our bags. But, Mark, again, we've been on the road before. We played on the road before.
It does, and I would, going into the playoffs, I just hate to see this kind of performance. A much closer ball game would give you some momentum or something other. Coach is going to have a hard time next week. And and here goes the young men shaking hands. And number 71 from Cleveland motioning hand gestures to the Clayton side.
Yeah, just running his mouth.
Classless.
Kadar Magnum.
Classless.
Kadar Magnum. Just true. You've already won. Why put the nail in the dagger anymore, if you will, and just, I digress.
If this is what it takes to win, then I don't know. Things are different today than they were when I played for Gary Fowler.
Certainly are.
Yeah.
Certainly are. Oh, man. Kim, down to you to the sideline. Your final thoughts, ma'am. And by the way, where's Kim Christian? She's down at the 35-yard line if you want to get a view of her one more time in closing. Kim, it's on to the playoffs.
It is, and just as we said, the players need to flush it. I think I'm ready to flush it as well. Don't even need to look at the tape. let's just move on to next week and put it behind. There's not a lot you're going to find on this tape, I think. So it'll be interesting to see how the Comets bounce back and prepare themselves. So that's going to be a challenge for the coaches. This game is just as much mental as it is physical.
Dude, we're not worried about the coaches' interviews tonight.
No.
I would not even attempt to put a microphone anywhere near that huddle. Mark, Coach, your final thoughts, buddy, before we get out of here.
Well, not the ball game we were looking for. We knew it was going to be a tough hill to climb at the beginning of the night. Would have liked to seen a much more competitive ball game than what we had, but Comets are, I believe, 5-5 now in the season.
5-5 in the season, and now 5-2 in conference.
So we're looking forward to see what the playoffs hold, and go out and get prepared for that next week.
And we'll have it for you. Follow our social media at CRN Sports to find out where we end up in the road to the state football championship. For all of our crew at the Community Radio Network, thank you for those that are watching on YouTube, Clayton High School TV. For Christian Diggs, for Mark Coates, Kim Winslow on the sideline, I'm Wesley Outland, the voice of the Clayton Comets. Final score, 55-6, Cleveland Rams winning the Greater Neuse River 4A Championship. God bless from Nixon Fowler Stadium. Be good to one another. Thank you for listening. Again, we want to say thank you also to, of course, Principal Dr. Coach Bennett Jones, John Asmussen, Marlon Lee, the athletic directors, Shane Handy, and all the coaching staff, and the players, their family, the fans. Playoffs start next week. Shake it off, like the song and the lyrics from Taylor Swift. It's on to the playoffs. Thank you for listening and watching on CRN, the Community Radio Network from Nixon Fowler Stadium. Good night and God bless.
This episode.